pop this baby on. Wait. Hufflepuff.
It's spooky season now.
Well, Halloween is around the corner, so
Gryffindor.
welcome back to another episode of the Pals Podcast. This episode, we had the lovely Olivia Lunny on. She's a singer, songwriter, musician from Winnipeg, currently in Toronto. She just released a new song called Vibe Check with Bhad Bhabie, so go stream it, go check it out. She's also got a new single coming out in the upcoming weeks and a Christmas song also coming out. I fucking killed that. George, tell us who the sponsor. Actually, Maz, one of you, tell them who the sponsor is.
Aaron Digger.
That's close. Erdinger, the number one wheat beer in the world. That's in the world. Guys, go grab a 6-pack, a pint of Erdinger at your local CBO, beer store, pub, bar, wherever. We've been drinking them honestly, quite a bit. I don't want to say like crazy. We've had a few. My pal had one on this episode, and I think it got him nice and loose.
Took a turn.
Yeah. But anyways, Erdinger sponsored the podcast. We love them. We love the beer. Go pick some up.
2 is better than 1.
There you go. You heard it here first. Let's get into it. We're not recording, are we? We are? Oh, we're going.
Well, maybe
Oh.
I can cut anything.
Rick's trying to fix the pour. He's trying to make it. He's trying to make it look nice so it goes to the brim, and he almost spilled it on himself.
Wow, it's a
The
thick,
Sorry, sponsor.
it's a thick foam.
Sorry, Erdinger. Ricky's important.
You guys didn't notice, but I'm doing this to draw attention to the beer so we can give a shout out to our sponsor, Erdinger. Hello.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
Boom.
That was pretty
bad
organic.
pour. I don't know if you want to call attention to that Stein right now.
That's bad.
Yeah,
Very,
anyways.
very, very bad, but it's okay.
We'll get better at it. We'll get better.
Do you drink a lot of beer or no?
I'm not a beer gal.
No?
I do love tequila. I do love champagne. I
Favorite
love
tequila?
wine. I mean, if we're feeling fancy, Class Azul, but at Casamigos Anejo, is that the gold one? Yeah.
What about you? What's your
Favorite
go-to tequila?
Class Azul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like the little belt.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely the one that's gone. I try them like you see 1942 pretty often in clubs, but I think Class Azul it's a very good tequila, but it got popular because I think
100%. It's like the whole
everyone wants to hit the
aesthetic.
bell
Yeah.
Mind you, 1942 only became popular because of Bieber.
And the Kardashians,
Maybe not
though.
maybe not only, but-
I think pop culture, the rappers started talking about it more, and it was 1942. It's a whole thing, but
Do you know why Ace of Spades became big?
no.
Wait, let me guess. Jay-Z.
Well, yes, he was a partner,
Yeah.
but Cristal used to be the big drink, the
Yeah.
big champagne of the hip hop
Rappers.
scene. I could be mistaken. I'm pretty sure this is true. That
Wait, hello? Anytime you say I could be mistaken,
I'm
then
just
y'all
prepping.
Wait, do
instantly...
we have a fact check?
Well, yeah, Danielle. Cristal one day came out and said that they don't like that it's associated with that culture.
With rap music?
Yeah, and I guess
Same with Hennessy, though, probably same vibe.
yeah, but I guess Cristal is supposed to be the upper tier, and they don't want to be associated with class and everything, so they didn't want to be associated with that. They said, I think they said that culture, which is I guess hip hop music. And then Jay-Z, I believe, shortly after that, went and partnered with the Cartier family, who didn't have Ace of Spades. I don't think existed. They made champagne, and then they came together, made Ace of Spades, and it blew
Interesting.
up.
Learn something
Danny?
new every day.
Correct. The Cartier family.
Cartier
not
family.
Cartier.
I say it wrong every time. I also toured their place in France, their house. Their
I remember that
Crazy.
vlog.
Yeah.
Everyone go
That's
check out
pretty
those
cool.
vlogs on YouTube.
I haven't seen many wineries, but I've seen a few. That one was by far the coolest thing I've ever seen. We're the only people there. It was my sister,
Oh, cool.
myself, my sister, and a friend of ours.
Was that recently? Were you
No,
guys-
it was 2017, and it was summer when and in the summertime in Europe in August, people don't really work in France, Italy, Greece, those kind of
Ferragosto.
countries. Yeah, they shut down, so there was nobody there, and they allowed us to through a friend of a friend. They gave us a private tour, and we're the only ones
Amazing.
in these cellars.
Oh,
And it's
so
the
fun.
coolest thing. Yeah, one of the coolest things I've ever.
You know what's crazy? In Europe, it's actually a thing where cities just shut down for weeks at a time.
Yeah.
I was actually just there last week, so I just.
Where were you?
So I was in Italy for my brother's wedding, and then I was in London. I got back on Thursday. Was it Monday?
Okay.
And now it's Monday. I'm a little bit jet lagged.
Yeah.
That's all right. Where'd your brother get married? I don't know your brother well, but we party through the same extended circles of
for
friends.
Sure. Lake Como.
Christian. I don't know if you know him. He's friends with Adrian Simon and those guys. Maybe.
It's like Toronto, like it's always
Yeah.
like
Probably by
somehow
sea, face maybe.
intertwined.
Lake Como.
Lake Como, yeah. And then
Wow.
I was in Bellagio across the lake with my parents, and same thing. It's like it totally shuts down. Everyone just vibes out, drinks wine. I'm
Yeah.
like, I need to take that with me when I come back here because it's
Yeah,
such
yeah.
a crazy pace in Toronto.
I remember when I was in Italy in 2006, 5 or 6, can't remember.
Way
We
back.
had, I did Centro Scuola, so it's like you go there for school, you get a summer credit, blah, blah,
Oh,
blah.
cool.
Literally, you go to school from 9
Do you
to
really go there for school though?
Yeah, school, party, whatever.
Tell them a story about how you got expelled.
No, I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say, you go to school from 9, I didn't get expelled, I got
You're in high
suspended.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you go to school from 9 to 12, and then you finish school to come back to the resort because it's, what's the word? Well, it's like nap time.
Siesta.
It's not like called siesta, but it's like that. So like everything
Right.
shuts down for an hour on these little beach towns.
Oh,
No bars
crazy.
are open, no restaurants, no nothing. So you have
Yeah.
to go back and basically just like do nothing.
Right.
And then we had
Hard life.
Yeah, it's so interesting that they do that. Like, a quality of life and lifespan and all that stuff is like probably much higher in a lot of these like countries.
Well,
that do
Sardinia's
that.
a blue zone, right?
Yeah.
And it's like they walk super.
sorry, a blue zone?
Yeah, the place where the people live the longest on Earth. There's 5 of them.
yeah.
One is in not Sardinia.
yeah, Sardinia.
One is in
Somewhere in-
Ikaria, Greece.
Somewhere in China.
Japan,
Or no?
Nicaragua.
Okay. Wow, you
and
really know. I just
somewhere else.
hey, I know one.
She was like,
you know
fuck
none.
yeah.
Could be wrong. Not Nicaragua, Costa Rica. But yeah, people live like if blue zone is like the best quality of life, low cancer rates, like life expectancy over 90.
There's a book on it. I forget what it's called.
It's
Maybe it's called The Blue Zones, probably.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Wild guess.
Yeah.
But I think it has something to do with like the quality of the food. Because even myself, so I ate vegan for about 3 years, and it's only recently, maybe 6 months. Like I knew I was gonna go to Europe. I was like, I gotta eat the pizza. I'm ready for the dairy, and it's so different there. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
affect you.
I've actually heard that too with people who are gluten free and
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think let me look this up. I don't think it really is a big thing out there. Like people
No,
like
people
I know
eat
that are
anything.
celiac here will go there and like eat the bread,
Because
but
it's all not like natural.
different
It's
yeast
not as
and everything.
processed, right?
It's not
Yeah.
processed.
It's not as bleached. It's not as.
Danny's new.
freaking talking over here like we
Danny's
haven't
literally-
done 200 episodes, Danny.
Danny's talking at the side of the mic.
Like, fuck.
I just got this mic.
God.
You had her a few
Am I
episodes.
close enough? I guess
Yeah,
there's no
you're,
way
you're
to
fine.
know.
She
Okay.
would,
I'm
she
like
would sing
creeping.
for you if you want.
Yeah,
Okay.
the food out there is so different.
Yeah.
Like you don't you don't feel the same things. I'm not a picky eater. I've never really been.
Mm-hmm.
All right, make a joke if you want, Rick.
I missed that opportunity. Damn it.
But yeah, like but I've noticed it more as I get older. Like you notice like things bother your stomach a little more, whatever.
100%. What,
wanna
what do
tune up?
what do you guys eat? What is your situation?
He eats everything.
I feel like that was.
Queued me up for that one.
No, hey, this is a judgment-free zone.
Yo,
It's-
No,
it
it
is.
was
It
a
really
genuine
is.
question.
But I had to because George
I literally eat
acknowledged I missed
Okay,
the first
great.
time.
There's probably nothing that like I won't eat. The only things I'm not crazy about is really random okra.
What's okra?
What is?
Okra looks like a little mini, like it looks almost like a jalapeno, like a little tiny.
It's like the most obscure random
It's a
food to
green.
not
It's
eat.
Greeks. As Greeks, I think even Italians is like
Okay.
pretty common. And it's like if you cook it a certain way, it's like slimy. It's like little hairs on the outside,
Yeah.
and it's just I'm not. Yeah.
Never tried it. Maybe
Other
I
than
won't.
that,
Yeah.
literally other than that, I'll eat anything.
Yeah, I'm everything but pickles and olives.
What?
The best things in the
That's
world.
wow.
Literally the
I'm
best
impressed.
And it's weird because I love
Wow.
cucumbers and I love olive oil,
Yeah.
which is like
Olives are a
very
new
similar
thing for me.
things.
2 years ago during COVID, I started eating olives like almost a whole thing every day. Like I'm obsessed with olives. I love olives.
I have like 4 jars of pickles in my
Oh, I
fridge
love
at all
pickles too.
times. At all times.
So good.
like just thinking about eating pickles like grosses me out.
That's the best.
That's
thing.
my late night snack. Like I could eat mustard out of the.
Mustard's my
See,
Oh
I
my
could cut up a
God.
cucumber late night
literally
and like
You need the vinegar and the salt.
yeah,
So
mustard's my favorite condiment. Like that's probably the one thing.
good.
I'll eat.
Dijon is.
See, I like
Superior.
honestly, I like plain yellow. You like Dijon too, but
Yeah,
plain yellow
yeah.
mustard I think is like is
You
the
know,
best.
any diet you go on, any condiments that they say you can have is like a plain hot sauce,
Right.
Frank's.
Or-
yeah.
like a Frank's or a Tabasco, or yellow mustard.
Mustard,
Like
0
French's
calories.
yellow
Yeah.
mustard. 'cause
Zero
there's no
calories,
calories in
yeah.
it.
Is it 0 calories?
It's like nothing. Yeah. Do you travel to the States, stuff like that?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, quite a bit. Yeah.
If you have a chance, where do we find those spicy pickles, Danielle?
Walmart.
Is it Walmart?
Walmart.
Oh, I don't think you have to go to States.
So if you go to Walmart down there, I don't know if all of them have it, but I think most do.
Yeah.
It's Vlasic pickle spears, and it's like Tabasco flavor.
Okay.
I'm not sure like spice. They're not that hot, but they're
Yeah.
unbelievable.
I'm working on spice. I'm probably like a solid 3 to 5 out of 10.
Yeah, same.
But
That'd be
I
alright.
just I
Yeah,
can't do
but
it.
you
Your
can't buy
eyes
them
are
on
watering.
Amazon.
Like it's just
You
I
can?
got-
Oh, you
Can't.
can't.
I've tried everything.
I brought 2 jars of Trader Joe's pickles back when I went the other day.
Oh, I love
Phenomenal.
Trader Joe's. So good. No.
When
He
before the
literally walked in. He's
episode-
like, he did a big haul at Trader Joe's on Monday.
Okay.
And he's
Everything but the
when she gets in here,
bagel.
Yeah.
we're talking about Trader Joe's today. I was like,
No, I said I'm like
All right.
I'm just gonna ask a random question today, and I literally said that I was gonna ask. Do you like Trader Joe's?
I love Trader Joe's.
There
I
you
also
go.
do love Erewhon. Not to be that person.
Wait,
but
what?
Air that one in LA.
Erewhon? Yeah.
Never been. Danielle probably been.
I actually haven't.
You haven't?
Okay.
No.
Is it good? Oh, tell
It's
what's the
kind
hype
of like,
about
okay,
it?
so Erewhon is kind of like Whole Foods, but
There's
on,
a fucking free ads right here, guys. I'm just saying. Free ads.
Sponsor
They
me,
do not need our
please.
free ads. Trust me.
it's like hyper health food. Okay, so take the health food section in Whole Foods and then make like a whole boutique, very LA. You know, it's like you can pay $25 for water, or
Yeah.
you can, you know, pay $1 for water, but it's just like better quality food.
Okay.
And, I don't know.
I
enjoy
hear
it.
about it. Everyone
That's-
says it.
Opposite of Ricky.
Yeah. Rick goes to Walmart for $1 frozen dinners. No, honestly, you like
I'm in a giggly mood today.
Ricky's like one of the healthiest, if not the healthiest guy. And well, you're the healthiest in terms of activity, but
Yeah.
your diet is like it's crazy because you can be really healthy for a week and then you can eat candy for a week straight.
Yeah.
What is your work? What's the workout regimen?
I just like I have to work out every day. Like do something physical every single
Yeah,
day.
I'm
Like,
the same.
at least once a day. Probably most days I do twice.
Yeah.
I just because I have to, like, for like it's part of my routine. It's
Yeah.
I use this example. People who drink coffee every morning. If you don't have your coffee in the morning, is your day like not like fucked up?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you'd be-
So if I
totally
don't,
feel
if
the
I know
same.
I can't work out in a day,
Yeah.
my day's just gone. It's a lost day. I
Yeah.
can't focus. I can't think, unless it's like a planned day off. You
For
know,
sure.
I don't know. I think I took one off 2 Sundays ago or something because we were doing
like,
something.
this
I'm like,
one
you know, what?
time
I'm not working out today. It's planned that I'm not working out,
Yeah.
and it's okay. Other than that, like today, I worked out this morning. And we were gonna go for a walk, and if I didn't work
I
out,
love walks.
I would have
I'm on
went for a
that-
walk and left you guys here.
That walk grind right now, like I love just going for long walks, putting a podcast in, and just it's so meditative.
COVID got me into it. I used to
Me
hate
too.
walking. So I'm like, it's the least like efficient way to move.
Yeah.
Like
Wait.
it takes the longest to get from A to B. You could drive. Okay, if you want to exercise, bike or run.
Right.
Well, hold on. Define efficient because if you're running, you're actually burning more energy.
Yeah.
Because actually,
It's
but you're getting
it's
there
very
quicker.
True. It's very true.
yeah, but speed and efficiency
you're-
are not necessarily.
Yeah,
the
so you're
same.
burning more calories, so it's a better workout, and you're getting there faster.
But
Yeah.
is it an efficient use of energy?
No, oh, maybe not efficient use of energy, but efficient in terms of like life, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
Literally,
I used to
annoying.
hate-
I'm being
yeah.
annoyed right now.
like
I
we
used
live
to
in
hate it.
Toronto, like you have to walk.
oh yeah, now I'm the annoying guy that if we're going anywhere downtown, you can't Uber.
Yeah.
If we're at my condo, we have to walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably should have walked here, but it was raining.
Nah.
Oh, that's fair. And girls have hair. Yeah, I get it.
Grimy.
Well, guys have hair too, but like
Humans have
we
hair.
don't care about our hair as much, right?
Whoa, hey now.
Yeah, I don't know. George.
You got great hair.
Thank you. Guys. Appreciate it. Get
course.
my haircut in 2 days. Hell yeah. What is so funny back there?
Man, today's a giggly day. We got guests in the studio today. Usually it's just like me, George, and Danny. So it's
Oh,
nice to have
great.
you. Maz is here, and Maz just smiling all the time.
Amazing.
Okay, let's talk about music so
Okay.
we can do this. Keep management and PR and everybody happy.
Great. What do you want to know?
Well, let's
go.
first off. I love the billboard on the Gardener.
Oh, thank
Love
you very
it. I used
much.
to drive by, and I remember messaging Danny. I was like, hey, I know Universal reps her. Get her on the pod because
Oh,
I see
great.
this. First off, how did that happen with Bhad Barbie?
Baby.
Is she? I have to ask this. Is she like the Dr. Phil thing? Is that her, or is that like is that a
I
show?
think so. I haven't actually like met her, but our teams have obviously communicated and stuff. I think she has grown per se, but yeah, she's definitely like a very polarizing character, you know. But she's like very confident, and you know she is killing it. I do have to
Yeah,
say.
of course. since the Dr. Phil thing, like fuck, it's wild.
Yeah,
She was
she's definitely
arguably the biggest,
capitalized
yeah, the biggest
after-
meme in the world for like 3 years, and now she's killing it.
It's also kind of wild too that memes nowadays can like that wasn't a thing, you
Yeah.
know, like 5 to 10 years ago even, and now it's like you can literally make a career off of being a meme.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually.
yeah. I feel like that's like if you are one of those like things that goes super viral, I feel like you just have people knocking your door saying, "I'll represent you. We can get you in doing whatever you want."
I mean, longevity, I do question for some people. Like, if you don't capture that momentum, it's like, I don't know, the stay power. But, I mean, she was able to do it.
Yeah.
Now
So here's a
she's
good
like-
example. You have her. She capitalized on it. Obviously, they remember Damn Daniel.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was arguably the biggest thing for like 6 months on the
Damn
internet.
Daniel.
She did Ellen, Oprah. Those
Yeah.
guys. Those 2 dudes did everything. I literally looked for them the other day and I couldn't find them.
It's interesting.
So I saw a guy wearing white Vans and I was like, oh shit, damn Daniel with the white
right?
Vans.
I still think that all the time.
Yeah, and then I haven't seen it. But getting back on topic, vibe check.
Yes.
How'd the idea of the song come? Like,
For
where's the
sure.
inspiration? I've read the kind of PR stuff, but give me
Yeah.
give me it in your words.
For sure. So I was in LA and we did about a week, my friend and I, AJ, he's like my producer, my long-term collaborator, my writing partner. So we were in an Airbnb, we were writing and we kind of just like paused and we got into this total tangent about just like trend cycles and Gen Z. And I'm a 99, I'm 23, but even now sometimes I'm like, these kids are just like going so quickly, and there's so much lingo, there's so many things happening. So we Googled like Gen Z slang words, and we're like, anyway, totally stopped doing the music part and did that. And then vibe check came up, and then we're like, wait, this is kind of a cool vibe. So when we went back to visit the song, we needed like a hook in our melody, in our chorus, and then we're like, well, they passed my vibe check. And that kind of just happened like that.
This is literally, that's almost like a meme song.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Crazy that we're just talking about that
100%. And, you know, it's interesting. So people who I guess know me, or if they like my music, historically I've definitely written, you know, maybe sadder music about like heartbreak and all that stuff. But I'm kind of over that. Like I've been single for 3 years. I'm like really happy. And the song's just like really confident. And I think it kind of just marks this new chapter of like empowerment and good vibes. And yeah, but I mean the song literally took probably 3 hours to write, so that's that.
That's pretty fast. I'm assuming it's pretty fast for writing a song.
Pretty fast, yeah.
Yeah.
So then, sorry, I guess Bhad Bhabie. So AJ and I are like, okay, we have the song, it feels, you know, trendy, current, let's try to get a feature on it, especially a female, because that's kind of the whole topic and theme of the song. So I was like scrolling on TikTok one day and I was reintroduced to Bhad Bhabie, and cause obviously like I know who she is, but I dove into her music more, and I was like, she's actually pretty dope. Like she makes really cool stuff. So then our teams got in contact, and then she was like, yeah, I like the song, I'll hop on it, and the song's out. It's kind of crazy.
It is crazy that it happens just like that, right?
Yeah, it's so wild. It doesn't always happen like that. You know, some
honestly.
songs take like years to write, and then you redo them and all this stuff, but that song just felt very seamless.
We've had so many artists in the past where we talk about like the vault, where it's like they make songs and then like sit in the vault for like 2 years, and then they eventually get released like 3 years later.
Absolutely.
Crazy like, yeah, but then this one, just 3 hours, a couple days later, you reach out to someone, teams put it in touch.
Yeah, kind of crazy.
Kind of wild, yeah. It's a vibe.
Thank you. No pun intended.
Wait, I thought I wanted to ask you. You said like you guys were looking for Gen Z lingo, like they move so fast, all those things. Like it's funny you say that because like we're quite a bit older than you, and like for us, it's like
What are you talking about? I'm 25.
Okay, well I'm older, but like
hey,
even at that,
age is a number.
Even
truly,
like
that's
from
it.
us to that, like I mean, I don't know. I think we're gonna like understand what's happening in the world and like all that stuff. But from like our gap, it seems like things move fast. So even you just say that like from your age to like younger, moves like so quickly is like pretty crazy to think about.
It's so wild. I think too with platforms like TikTok, there's just so much more exposure to things and trends and all that. So it's like it just goes so quick. Like you can scroll. It's like another one.
You see George wouldn't have seen
I know
it.
exactly what you're gonna ask.
The corn?
Cough syrup.
Oh.
No,
wait, what are you? Whoa, what are you talking about?
You didn't hear? Wait, you guys didn't hear about this? I'm not even on TikTok or Instagram, and I heard
What is this?
that kids are now frying chicken in
Yeah,
cough
that's all
syrup.
over the news. I didn't see that
Whoa,
on TikTok.
I didn't even know about it.
I saw
heard of
that
this.
on the actual news.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that once on TikTok.
Okay.
Wait. What is this?
You're
chicken
putting
frying.
you're like taking a frying pan, raw chicken, and then instead of oil, you're putting NyQuil.
Shut up.
Wait, why?
I have no clue. I haven't seen it anywhere.
Why
I
did kids
saw
eat
it
Tide
on the
Pods?
news.
Like,
Oh man.
People are doing it. They think it's a funny trend, and then now
the FDA apparently is getting involved.
yeah, people are getting upset saying this.
Could you die?
Well, it's like overdosing on any kind of medication. If you take too
Wow,
much
that's
of it,
wild.
I don't even know if that's considered a trend. That's just
Yeah.
it's
dangerous.
disgusting.
what I was actually gonna say is, did you see the video of like what grade 8 looked like 10 years ago as opposed to what grade 8 looks like now?
I've
Yeah,
seen
like what
videos
high
like
school
that.
Looks like 20 years ago as opposed to what high school looks like now.
If I show you guys what my grade 8 look like compared to what grade 8 looks like now, holy.
Okay, but here's the irony. We're almost like we've gone so quickly, even with fashion. It's like now we're back to the 90s and 2000s. So it's like, I mean, sorry, for me, that was, I guess, when I was born. So it's like,
them too. They're 90s.
yeah.
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 We're
I was so
beginning.
99. I'm like, I'm
Yeah, we're
still in
90.
the.
We're
We're
like-
the beginning of 90s.
We're the beginning. We're the full decade apart, basically.
But it's like fashion and music, like rock and roll. It's all kind of, there's this resurgence of all that. And it's like, now we're just back there. It's kind of crazy.
However, like at the end of the day, too, like most things in life happen like cyclically in some capacity. Like no one really knows like when they'll start or finish, but like fashion comes. I mean, denim jackets and like your
The bell bottoms.
your dad's like biker glasses or
For
whatever
sure.
it is. Like
Yeah.
everything kind of loops back in, right? They kind of like everyone follows a new trend for a while, and then somebody walks into their grandparents' house, see something cool, picks it up,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, I have one of those too. I'll go wear it." And then
100%.
It's just crazy how fast things change and like.
Yeah, but look at
These
Kim Kardashian just pulled a whole fashion show in Milan from Milan Fashion Week, all over 90s and early 2000 trends.
Mm-hmm.
None new, like no new pieces, just re-pulling old
I saw
stuff
that.
that old models used to wear that they've
It's like
already
a bunch of
created and
archive
just
pieces.
putting it back.
Yeah.
I feel like they can do whatever they want now, though. The Kardashians, like,
I mean,
They could wear the Borat,
they're the trendsetters.
the Borat
Yeah.
like one piece, and people would buy it.
well, no, wait, time on, because you had Justin Bieber did that. Remember that like garbage look?
I don't know if I remember that one.
Yeah.
Anyways,
He was
moving
wearing
on.
this like I forget what it's called, like grunge, like a grunge style. It was like really like dark, like oversized, like baggy looking shit, and like that didn't fly. And he's like super
gonna
big.
say-
He's super big.
Did you guys? I don't have social media, but I saw this video somewhere. The one of like Kanye West walking through New York Fashion Week, and it looked like he was like he showed up so late that the fashion
like
show had
he's on the
started, and
runway?
he just walked through the middle of the walk. What's it called? The
runway.
runway. He walked through the middle of it, and almost looked like he was in the show.
Man, Kanye's
He just
The
like
best.
just head down walking through the middle of the show.
Wow.
It's actually pretty crazy. That guy's.
Do you go to any like fashion weeks?
No,
I
I
feel like
think
you
that
kinda look
I'm
like you would
trying
go to some of
I would love to. I feel like I'm trying to manifest that energy. I would love to go to some shows, but yeah, definitely.
Rick, do you go to fashion weeks?
Yeah.
I would if I got invited.
You look like someone.
You definitely don't want to
Yeah.
go to fashion weeks.
I'd be the dude that shows up wearing like jeans and a t-shirt while everyone's dressed like super cool, and I'm in there with like my fucking fake Crocs.
Oh, hey, Crocs are great.
They're fake, yeah. But
Even cooler. Even cooler.
one day I'm gonna have a partnership with Crocs.
I'm kind of on this new like, okay, so I guess I consider myself a sneakerhead, but now it's like the whole trend thing is like comfortable dad shoes, and these are ASIC gel Nimbuses, and they're so comfy, and they're great.
I didn't know that was a trend, but I just bought. Well, not just bought. Buying myself a pair of
Air
Nike
Monarchs.
Monarchs. I
Oh,
wanted for
cool.
so long.
Yeah.
And I felt like, you know what, $50, I'll buy them.
Comfort is truly key.
100%.
Yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm wearing fucking Crocs.
Yeah, Ricky probably has the worst fashion sense of anybody ever met.
Yeah, I'm like generic as fuck.
You look great. no.
Sounds real fucking convincing.
No,
He
like-
showed up here, took the Crocs out of that shelf, picked that hat up off the top of that thing that's been collecting dust for like 2 months, and sits down with a terrible poured beer.
It's not what you wear. It's
It's
how
kind
you
of a
wear
vibe.
it.
I'm not
It's
saying
kind of a vibe.
I'm not saying I'm more fashionable. I just like it's shocking how this guy just throws his clothes together, like when he walks into this place. The other day, that T-shirt right there from our lovely beer sponsor. I think he just walked in, wanted to change his shirt, and threw a beer shirt on.
Sometimes you gotta clean the vibes up. Just refresh.
Vibes,
Rick is the
vibes,
opposite of a
vibes.
vibe check.
Yeah, honestly, I really. Guys, I don't know why I can't stop laughing today. I'm in such a giggly mood.
That beer,
Good
buddy, is
energy.
getting to
It's
you.
great.
Apparently, I mean, I'm happy.
It's probably because he put his nose oils in it, got him all messed up. For some reason, Danielle would laugh at that. It's probably one of my worst jokes ever. I never understand. So we just recently all traveled together. We were all in Europe.
Yeah, amazing.
For like 2.5 weeks, we're all together.
Yeah.
Bunch of friends, and I can safely say that like I do not understand the female sense of humor. Like I've realized that like I just.
don't
No
think it's
offense to like females out
Please,
there. I
please
just,
elaborate.
George getting canceled immediately.
No, I just like they're like, or maybe specifically to
Cancel.
them.
I think it's
You guys-
specifically us.
Yeah, maybe
I
specifically.
think we're the
you
issue.
guys. Like I've never heard the song Mambo Number 5 played so many times, even when it came out. I never heard that
Oh,
many
guess
times.
what? Pickleball.
And Nicole here was like just hysterically dancing to it every time it came on.
That's funny.
Pickleball tournament on Saturday. What replayed every 3 seconds? Mambo Number 5 and Unwritten.
Yeah.
Back to back. No one changed it.
What a
Unwritten's
banger.
good song.
Yeah.
What's your go-to karaoke song? Wait, do you do karaoke? I guess if you're
actually
a real
never
singer, do you do
done.
karaoke?
I've like briefly done karaoke at people's houses, but probably like breaking free from High School Musical. It's like,
I know that song.
Yeah.
I'm not singing it, but I know. I'm
Go
not.
on, you're about to.
I never watched
Well,
High School Musical.
I got a fun fact. I performed in my sister's dance studio's High School Musical year-end production. I
pretty
was
cool.
Troy.
yeah.
Bro, you were
have
you were
not
the
said this
you were the
story yet.
tree stump in the Troy
Oh,
movie.
I was Troy, I think. Yeah, that's
The
his name,
main
right?
character, like Zac Efron.
No, not Zac Efron.
Oh.
Troy Bolton.
No, who's
Oh,
the name of the-
I was thinking like
The
Troy
second guy?
Gladiator.
Yeah.
Troy.
No,
like
not
Brad
that
Pitt.
one.
Chad.
Maybe
Chad.
Chad.
Yeah, you got it.
Zac Efron.
I don't remember. I was one of them. Anyways,
Yeah.
I wasn't the main character. They hired some guy, and I watched him like do it. I was like, this guy sucks. I could have done this. But yeah, I did. I like lip sang High School Musical on stage. My sister asked me to do it. I was like, yeah, why not?
All right, heck yeah.
Pretty good. Not
Sweet.
gonna lie.
Did you always know you wanted to be a singer?
Okay, so I guess a little bit about myself. So I grew up with music always playing in the house.
In the peg.
In the Peg. I grew up in Winnipeg. I'm from
Wow.
Winnipeg. Technically, my license is still Winnipeg. I haven't officially moved, but COVID kind of brought me here, and then I've been in LA, so I'm kind of a nomad at this point in my life. But yeah, when I was like 12 years old, my dad taught me guitar, and I started like playing guitar and writing songs, and I was always super shy with singing because back in elementary school in grade 2 I got a solo for the first time, and in the Christmas pageant they made me sing like the entire song, and I was so scared to rehearse, so I'd like lock myself in my room. I was like, no one can hear me, and I'd like practice and stuff. So I think at that point I was like, there's something here, like I wanted to do that. But then by the time I was in high school, I was doing coffee shops and open mics and writing music, and school was just not fully for me. I think I'm not
That's
a
fair.
huge academic. I definitely loved English class. I did love biology and stuff, but when it came to math, I was not very good at it. So I definitely knew what I didn't want to do, and music was always there as a hobby. And I think when I saw other people, whether it's in Winnipeg or as Canadian artists, doing really cool things, I was like, okay, like you can do this beyond a hobby. So I graduated, and I was just like working at a restaurant, doing like very normal things, and then I got scouted for a TV show called The Launch. So
That's the Canadian, like, Who Wants to Be a Singer kind of show, right?
yeah.
Who Wants to Be a Singer? Like,
Yeah,
what
Wait, sorry.
man?
I made fun of you too much this episode. I had to bite my
Man,
tongue on
what
that.
the
I was
hell?
like, yeah.
How are these words coming out of my mouth?
Who wants to be a singer?
Wait, actually,
Spades
wait,
should start a
no.
show called Who Wants to Be a
It's like,
Singer?
who
I don't-
wants to be a millionaire? Like, what are you talking about?
What is wrong with me?
Oh my god, it's so
Holy.
funny. I was like, absolutely, that's the one. But
Be a singer.
Who Wants to Be a Singer?
It's not bad.
so no, but what The Launch basically was is it wasn't actually really a singing show. It was more so like, let's take artists who are already up and coming and doing their own artist thing and have their own identity, and let's like make them compete to release one song. So I got to go on the show and was fortunate enough to win that show, and I feel like that's when things really started to, I guess I was launched, into the Canadian music industry, and some really amazing things have happened since then, but it's a long way to go. Still going, but sorry, that was long-winded, but yes, I always
We're not in a rush.
I think I always did kind of know that there was something in me that like I needed to do music for sure.
Since from then, either that moment or from then on, what was been the most like memorable or most fulfilling moment?
So after The Launch in that summer, I actually got a call to open for Lionel Richie at Budweiser.
Oh, fuck.
So
That's crazy.
it was crazy because they called us like 4 days notice, and they're like, can you come and open for Lionel Richie? And I just had my band in Winnipeg, and I'm like, oh my god, what do we do? Like, do we even have enough songs to like go and do this? But we put together a set, and I got to do that. So yeah, to date, that's probably been my biggest show.
Were you nervous at all?
I was terrified, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
It's Lionel Richie.
Like, did you grow up like you? I mean, everyone knows Lionel Richie, but did you
Yeah.
like was he like a big someone like big
For
that you know? Or is
sure.
it like
No,
someone
for
that
sure.
is a name?
My dad definitely played like tons of like classic rock, and then Lionel Richie and Fleetwood Mac, Eric Clapton, AC/DC. Like I grew up loving all that stuff. And Coldplay for sure is like, even to this day, probably one of my favorite bands.
Did you go? Have you been to a Coldplay concert?
I have been, yes.
Did you go to the, what's it called? The Night Full of Stars? Light Full of Stars? Whatever
No,
that's called.
A Sky Full of Stars.
Is that what the concert's called?
I
Yeah.
didn't, but I wish I did. I went to Viva La Vida circa like 2010.
That was a good one.
Probably. It was amazing.
Coldplay, Sky Full of Stars, whatever the tour's called, is possibly one of the best like tours I think I've ever been to.
It's quite the production.
Yeah.
I've heard. It's pretty
Yeah,
insane.
it's crazy. They
There's
have
a
the
lot. Rick's been to like 1,000 concerts.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I'm like big concert.
Big concert guy?
How many concerts do you think you've been to?
in my life.
Ballpark, yeah.
Have you like? Can you include like DJ shows as concerts?
Sure.
For sure.
Live
DJ.
music events.
Yeah.
Live music events. It's probably say about 300. No, 200.
Wow. That's a
Yeah.
lot.
We was live back there.
I'm sorry, I forgot my laptop, and I asked her to bring it today to here. I said my laptop and my charger. So she brought my charger.
I don't know. Anyways,
Yeah, it's back.
anyways,
Oh my
that was a
God.
dumb. We can cut that part.
Yeah, that's See,
Favorite.
like I said, the sense of humor here.
It's okay. Inside jokes. It's all
What's like, I guess, one of the best shows or like one of the most like memorable moments in music for you?
good. Wait,
Like not you performing, but just like
Right.
witnessing or experiencing.
honestly,
Actually, George, and to you
I
too. I
feel
guess.
like, how old was I? Maybe I was 8 years old, and my dad took me to see Hilary Duff. And I think it was one of my very first concerts. And we were like in the nosebleeds, super high up. And I remember having literal binoculars, being like, whoa. And
Hilary Duff.
Hilary Duff. And I remember so vividly leaving there and going like how I want to do that. Like, I want to be on that stage one day. Like, how does she get to do it for a job? So I feel like that was a very formative moment for me where I was like, yeah, I want to do this.
All right, Hilary Duff.
Hilary
Big
Duff,
shout
you're
out,
You're
yeah.
the inspo here.
Yeah, George, what about you? What's a big like memorable moment in music for you?
That I can think of is like
Like what comes to mind?
Not I didn't experience personally. Like
Yeah, that
when
you-
I was like not when I was DJing and stuff.
yeah, not DJing, like
Do
not
you
you.
DJ? We'll get into that after.
yeah. I mean, these guys are probably gonna annoy.
No, I don't mind.
There's two concerts that I really remember. 2016 we went to Ushuaia and saw Axel and Grosso.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Because actually it's hard because Swedish
Best
House
place on
Mafia, Swedish House Mafia one last tour, like they were like the reason I got into DJing.
Yeah.
But Axel and Grosso Ushuaia was like that was crazy.
That was wild.
That was really wild. And then J. Cole in
Oh, wow.
2017, which was not Forest Hill Drive, For Your Eyes Only. Is that what it's called? For Your Eyes Only tour.
Very
It's
cool.
probably the coolest concert I've ever been to. And like I think I said this before, but I've never seen an artist like he said, he came out, did his walkout, did the intro song on the album, like literally the first song on the album, and he stopped and said, "Just so you all know, this is not me playing all my like greatest hits. I'm gonna go through my album. That's why I made the album. If you don't like a song, go to the washroom. I don't care. I'm playing this start to finish." And then we can get into some of the good, like some of the ones you want to hear, kind of thing. And he did play his whole album, and then he went for like 30 minutes of just all his bangers. And
Oh,
it was
the best.
It was still probably my favorite concert I've ever been
I
to.
can
He's so
imagine.
good live. He's so good. Yeah.
Damn.
Anyways, how about you, Rick?
I've had many, but I guess the one that came to mind right now, I don't know why this is the one that came to mind, is Justin Timberlake concert in 06.
Oh, yeah.
I got cheated on by my high school girlfriend, and then I remember listening to like What Goes Around Comes Around, and I'm like, fuck you.
It's like Cry Me a
bah.
River. You're like, I read the
Yeah, got you back.
You brought a lot of 06 memories up in this. You
I don't know what the fuck's happening going on right now.
Memorable year.
About that year?
Oh, great year, I
Centro
guess.
Skole, Justin Timberlake.
Chelsea Squad was 05 then, I think. Justin
You
Timberlake
had a hard
was 06.
time at 15, 16.
Fuck, man.
Yeah,
top,
that's
top
tough.
life. I'm going to get off this podcast.
You want another beer?
Yeah, you might as well give me another one.
You want
No,
another
no, I can't. I got to wake up early tomorrow. I'm going to be responsible. I guess what's your Hilary Duff?
But I have seen actually.
That was my first concert.
Was it yesterday? No, 2 days ago. I saw Mariah Carey I was in New York. I just came back yesterday. It was the Global Citizen concert. So it was Mariah Carey, the Jonas Brothers, Rosalia, and Charlie Puth, and Metallica. So that was crazy. That just happened.
Metallica kind of just
what's this
doesn't really
called?
fit in that one.
As Global Citizen Live.
Oh,
So it's
Global
like
Citizen.
yeah,
Okay,
so it's like
yeah,
a
yeah.
massive charity, and they have this massive event every year. So yeah, someone on my team like works with Global Citizen, so I got to go. I went last year as well, and they always have a crazy lineup. Am I close enough?
Yeah, pull a little bit closer. Good.
Okay.
Who's someone that you'd like? Who's like an artist you're dying to perform with or collab with?
I think the dream would be
Hilary Duff.
honestly true. No, I would say Ed Sheeran or
Oh, yeah.
Post Malone, probably.
Oh, you obviously didn't go to Post Malone concert.
Yes,
last
I
week.
did.
Oh, you did?
I did.
I thought you were in New York.
No,
you need to go back from Italy and New
Yeah,
York.
what the fuck?
simultaneously And with the
And with the Post Malone.
I actually went to the weekend too, and that was
Man,
wild.
When was the weekend?
The weekend,
Thursday, Friday, last week.
Yes.
Here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Skydome.
That's probably the first concert of the weekends I haven't seen perform here.
It's actually
I've
my
seen him
very
more than
first
anybody in
time,
concert.
and he is just puts on such an incredible show. Obviously, it's so crazy too that he's playing that and he's from
Yeah.
here. You know, like that's so inspiring.
I've always liked him. I was not like a massive fan, and I've somehow seen him like 3 times in concert. Once he was at Coachella, once someone offered me tickets, and like honestly, actually, he's unbelievable live. He sounds the same.
You realize
he sounds
how
the same as,
many
a
like
CD player.
every single song is such
Banger.
a like everyone knows every single song. I don't think there's one song he played I didn't know, and that's rare. I feel like for an artist.
How are the acoustics at Rogers Center?
So
Like, how was the sound?
I feel like the bass was pretty like intense. I feel like I felt the bass, but it did sound amazing.
It did? Okay,
Yeah,
because
the roof was closed though because it was raining.
I've
so I don't know
heard
if
a
it made
couple
difference.
different, like I heard some people say it's the best concert they've ever been to. Like the visuals were amazing, the audio sounded great, he was spectacular. Like
Yeah.
the whole thing, start to finish, was 10 out of 10. And then I heard other people say, like, again, the visuals were amazing, he was amazing, but the sound was like just not loud enough for people. Because I had friends that were sitting in the 200s, like I guess would be behind the dugout,
Right.
behind home base. So you're I don't know the distance, but you're kind of far from when he's like on the main stage
For
there.
sure.
And they were like, yeah, like you could talk to your friends over his like voice almost.
It's definitely such a big place. I can imagine
Yeah,
it's
that's
so
why.
hard to like regulate the sound.
Yeah, I
in
had
that
some people said it was the
vast-
best concert ever. I'm like, hey, maybe I should go to this on Friday. And I've seen him similar to George. I've seen him probably 6 or 7 times now.
Oh, crazy!
I said 3, similar to George, double.
Yeah,
Seen him 18
Also,
times.
I've seen him a
Double is not
handful.
similar.
I've seen him a
That
handful
is
of times.
twice as many.
had-
Similar would have been like 4. One
Yeah,
more.
so maybe 4 or
How
5.
that many shows?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, wait, hold on. Okay, let's
private
understand this.
concert?
Walk us through the 7 shows you've seen him at.
So, what was the little one on College called when he played the 3 nights in a
House
row?
of Balloons.
When he
No,
did the House of Balloons show, was that now it's like Virgin Radio.
House of Balloons.
Didn't he say Mod Club is where
Mod
his
Club.
first
That was
show-
his
yeah.
first one. So he did like back-to-back nights. So I went to one of those. It was like I think 9 songs. Then I've seen him in London, Ontario. Then I've seen him at Massey Hall, and I've seen him at the ACC twice.
Wow.
So I guess 5 times. Oh, and then Coachella. So I guess 6 times.
Give or take 5.
Yeah, give or take. Maybe I didn't see him twice at the ACC.
Concert goer Rick.
Yeah. Post
love-
Malone was unbelievable.
Oh my gosh, what a humble, down to earth guy. Were you there when he? So were you there this past time?
Yeah.
And he stayed when the lights came on,
Yeah.
and people were throwing stuff, and he was just drinking his beer and like signing autographs. That's so.
Did you
crazy.
see how he canceled the show in Boston? So he canceled
'cause
the
he
show in
fell
Boston.
on
Yeah.
his
So
ribs.
woke up with sharp pains, blah blah blah. But he wrote this like apology on Instagram saying like he's canceling the show.
Yeah.
And normally when artists like cancel shows, it's like a nice like PR written proper thing. And most of the time when you read it, you kind of be like, okay, I don't feel like this is the person writing it. Like
Right.
Shawn Mendes or Bieber, when they cancel, you don't read it in their voice and hear them say it. I read Post Malone's. I was like, I could literally picture Post Malone reading,
Posty.
like, saying this to me. I fucking love you guys so much. I'm so sorry. You know, I love you, man. It's just I can't. But I was like, man, I can
That's
just
cool.
picture him saying it.
He's so cool.
Honestly,
Crazy how
yeah.
big he is. Like he's gone. Like he's
He's huge.
He's got to be one of the top, like in the top 7 or 5 artists right now in terms of like popularity or ticket sales or something like that.
He's also
No?
just so
Maybe, okay,
talented
yeah.
though.
Maybe exclude bands, like perform, like single performers. Like,
Well, you have okay. So Harry Styles is clearly number 1 in the world right now.
is that clearly?
Didn't
Like,
he
he
did-
just
he
do
did- he
15?
I don't know.
He did 15 at Madison Square Garden. 17. Was it 15 or 17?
15. I'm pretty sure it's
15 back consecutive shows.
Yeah.
Sorry. He did 15 shows at Madison Square
One
Garden.
five.
That is
Consecutively.
correct. I don't even have to
Yeah.
fact check that.
Yeah.
He got he has a banner at MSG.
I saw that on TikTok.
15 consecutive nights at MSG.
Yeah.
And they
Sold out
every night.
every single one. So Harry Styles is part. Now he's doing 10 of the forum. So Harry Styles is in terms of number 1, he is up there and untouchable right now.
That is
And
actually.
trust
Yeah.
me, George, I said the same thing.
That's wild.
I guess so. Again, 2 is hard to. Harry Styles is just number 1 at the moment, and then 2 through 20 is interchangeable.
Bieber could probably sell out 3 nights in a row at Madison Square Garden. Even if
Maybe
not
5, maybe 10, but like
Yeah.
For
just
sure.
to do 15 is wild. Like
yeah.
it's
I mean,
just nobody
Let
does
me-
that.
I have
to
a
do
question.
one would be like,
I have a question.
Yeah, you're just thinking like, fuck, I just want to open for somebody. At
yeah,
last.
right?
Do you think there is someone in New York City that went to all 15 shows?
Absolutely.
Whoa,
These Harry
think about how much.
Styles
Think about how
fans-
expensive that is.
Yeah, but Harry Styles fans are some of them are
You
insane.
know what I'm talking about?
Can you Google that and see if
yeah,
anyone,
somebody would have got
Would-
covered.
would you pay to go?
Absolutely wanted to visit for like a fact that like someone went.
It's like
Somebody-
Taylor Swift fans.
Almost went to one of the shows in New York before I got tickets to Toronto.
Yeah.
Dan, okay, so let's do this actually.
Because you got to
can help us
remember,
out.
if they do 15 nights though, the cost per ticket per night will come down because of supply.
no,
You one show in like if you had one show in New York or 15 shows in New
ticket
York.
prices are standard.
I
across
think
the
people
board.
were coming from
saying
all
maybe
around.
Maybe resale value.
Yeah. So I'm
People
saying,
are-
like,
yeah.
to get resell, it would be like it wouldn't be crazy. You're not gonna pay double the price on
Yeah, because
resell.
resale in Toronto was crazy. Okay, let's do this. So you got Harry Styles. We're gonna call him number one.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have 2 through 10. You got people like Taylor Swift, still huge.
Yeah.
Adele sold out all her shows in Vegas in a
Yeah.
matter of minutes. So Adele's still up there.
Justin Bieber.
Who was Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
Drake.
Drake, The
Yeah,
Weeknd.
but Drake barely
Drake-
does 2 shows in a row in like Toronto. He can barely do one full show by himself in
No,
Toronto.
Drake's Drake.
He could.
Like,
It
He could
depends
sell it
on
out,
what
but, like,
we're judging
he-
it as,
Has
right?
he
It's
done
like,
Scotiabank consecutively for more than 2 nights? No.
I don't think so.
He has a certain, like, think about it. I love Drake. Going
Re-
to OVO is
relevance
amazing, but
is-
OVO
yeah.
is with other people. Only has he once done OVO by himself, and even then he had one special guest.
Yeah, but Drake would still sell it anywhere he went. Like, come on, it's Drake at the end of the day.
Yeah, but so Post Malone did one night or here or 2 nights?
He did back to
2.
back, but
And
he
he sold
didn't.
them
He didn't
both?
sell out. No, Posty didn't sell
I'm
out.
not sure.
Because there were still I went on Ticketmaster the second because I went the first night. I had an amazing time. I'm like, I might go again.
Yeah.
And I checked on Ticketmaster and there was still like the blue. You know how it goes blue for original sale and then pink
Yeah.
for resale. There were still some blue dots available.
Yeah, but sometimes, like, the actual arena lets go, like, 2
Yeah.
hours before the show because they keep
no,
it
because
for their
those are in the
premium.
corners.
That's
right?
actually one of the best ways to get,
get
good
tickets.
tickets. Yeah, for like concerts like that. I once got like row 3 Jay-Z. I don't know
Wow.
which tour it was. Like on the floor, row 3, like an hour before the concert because they were released.
Because they're released by the actual
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
arena or company hosting the show.
Yeah.
Like, I know MLSC has a bunch of bank of tickets, and if they don't give it to, like, celebrities, premium
VIPs.
ticket members, VIPs, anything like that, they'll release it right before the show, see if they can sell them.
You know, sorry, going back to the topic. Elton John, shockingly, he still fucking like sells out.
I didn't
crazy.
get this. I didn't know. There's been
He
so
came
many
to
concerts
Skydome
in
and
Toronto.
I don't know if he
can't
sold
keep
it
up.
out, but like I remember seeing the pictures and visuals. Like, man, this dude's 80 and still crushes.
Wow, that's the dream.
So Elton John,
Which he played Scotiabank Arena a couple years ago.
he played Scotia the
Yeah.
year before COVID. He did back-to-back nights, sold out. But also, okay, he's a sir, so you can't talk shit about Elton John because he's a sir. But what he does is say, "Oh,
I'm
this
like,
is my
watch what
last
you
tour.
say."
This is my last tour." He's been on his last tour for 4 years now.
It's finesse.
Honestly, whatever works.
Danny, can you Google that? I think he's actually been on the same tour, the Yellow Brick Road tour.
Well, he had his farewell tour, and then the Yellow Brick Road tour.
Don't you farewell and that means it's done?
Yes, then COVID happened and he came back.
But he's back with 2 songs, right? The Britney Spears remix,
Yeah,
the Dua
and then
Lipa
Dua Lipa
remix.
remix.
Like,
Dua Lipa
he's
one's
vibing.
fire.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Britney one's good too.
The Britney one's so
What's
good.
the Britney one?
It's like another.
Tiny Dancer.
Yeah,
Tiny Dancer,
so
yeah.
good.
Also, what is going on with Britney Spears, man? I'm like on social media. I've been seeing like memes still pop up and shit. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't. No comment. I hope she's
Yeah.
thriving.
I think she would have been like
Like,
big
she's been
when
through
you
enough.
were like born. I think.
No, she would have been too young
Yeah.
for Britney.
Yeah, I still knew like of Britney Spears.
No,
obviously.
Britney was
When-
at her prime when she was born.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I mean. So
2000.
she's
I think
too
I went
young.
to-
Yeah.
I think I went to
2000 2010 was like her peak.
Her peak.
Yeah.
for sure.
So you were 0 to 10, basic, or 1 to 10, 1 to
Yeah.
11.
So she did Tiny Dancer remix recently.
Yeah, like
even
a
with
couple
all
months
these
ago.
things that were coming out of her, like
Yeah.
she still got it.
So wait, what was your answer for Dream Collab? Post Malone?
I said probably Ed Sheeran.
Ed
yeah.
Sheeran?
And Post Malone would be like a
Oh,
fun.
Ed Sheeran
Sheeran.
would still sell out too.
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran. Last time I went saw The Weeknd. What was the last album? What was the one where he says? What was the last album? Not this
Starboy.
one. No. Before
What's,
that,
isn't something I see the album art. Is it? It's
I think so. I think yeah.
yes.
He brought Ed Sheeran out in Toronto.
Oh, that's crazy.
Sick.
It was actually really.
Oh, Dark
crazy.
Times, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
love
He
that
came
song.
out. I didn't even know. I started hearing this guy come out with a guitar and he's like walking on stage. I'm like,
You're
"Who
like,
is
well,
this
it
guy?"
sounds like Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, I was like, who's this,
Oh my gosh.
this random like guy walking off stage? I'm like, oh, it's Ed. That's Ed
Ooh, yeah.
Sheeran.
What's the best, I guess, surprise guest you guys have ever seen? Well, you just mentioned one.
That's not
is
the
that-
best, no.
Who's your best?
The best is when Kanye West brought The Weeknd brought Kanye West out at Coachella.
I think I
was
saw
nuts.
so last year at the same like New York Global Citizen concert, I saw Coldplay bring out Billie Eilish and Phineas for Fix
And who was
You.
the second one? Sorry.
Phineas or Billie Eilish and Phineas, like her brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then Coldplay brought them out and they sung "Fix You," which is like such a
That's
such a
Fix
good
You is
song.
like an amazing song.
Yeah,
We saw Billie Eilish. I'm not a big fan of her, but like it's crazy how girls.
she's so.
Billie Eilish probably
I love
sounds
her.
We went to Austin City Limits with like
Oh,
almost this
sick.
time last year.
Yeah, around this.
Actually, like, around this time, and we were there with like a friend that Ricky knows, and got us like got us tickets, but then brought us on to the stage, and we walked
Wow.
in, not knowing where we were going. We're just like walking, following him, and we ended up going in. And you know how like at festivals they have like that middle of the stage where you can
Yeah.
kind of like see, and it's like barricades.
For sure.
So like you started walking in that way, and Billie Eilish was performing. And as we turned the corner, she was like walking like on top of us, like following
Like
us
from
down
like
the thing.
where we are to where
That's
they.
pretty crazy.
Crazy.
People are like yelling at us, like keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. We're like, yeah, let me get it. Oh my god,
That's wild.
She's good live.
Oh, she's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's so talented.
Very good
I think
live.
she's one of those artists who really set the, like, who said it? Was it Jimmy Fallon or something? But it's like every 5 years an artist comes out, and then for the next 5 years, artists are going to try to be like that artist. You know what I mean? Like she kind of invented almost a new genre and sound, and now people who are up and coming, they're making music. It's like, oh, I want more of like a Billie Eilish vibe, you know, which
Yeah,
is
that's
kind of
fair.
crazy.
You know who I like, just at least just like from sound wise, and this might be I don't know if this actually is accurate, but she reminds me a lot of Lord. But like, also, what happened to? Lord?
I was gonna say Sia.
So-
Lord's
Performing.
still, she's
Yeah.
great. She's like
She was on
touring.
tour.
She's killing it. She's
There's like a
everywhere.
huge thing going on TikTok too about Lord on TikTok.
Yeah.
She like shushes people at her show during this one part
Yeah.
of her song,
Okay, go off,
just so you can hear her like natural vocals.
Go off.
go off, Lord. But wait, but like, what song? I remember her when her first like album came out, like tennis.
I saw her
tennis
live
ball.
too.
Yeah.
That when her songs came out, like
I
it
saw
was
Lord at
big.
Budweiser
She was-
stage. I think.
I haven't gotten into her new album tons, but it is very beautiful. I have done a listen through, but it is definitely more of like a, not folky, but she definitely stripped it back a little bit, and yeah.
To both of you, what are your top 3 favorite songs right now?
Oh, that's
Whoa, that's such a hard question.
Is it?
I could honestly, mine are on repeat, and they're all old songs.
Yeah.
No, honestly, Unwritten is probably one of them.
George in the
That's
shower
hilarious.
getting more in my staring at the
Yeah.
blank page before.
what's
His
that?
alarm.
What's the? I should make it my alarm. I need a new alarm.
George's like bedroom has these big well, he lives in a lot, but he has these big windows, and the
Yeah.
sun shines right there. Imagine waking up with the sun
Yeah,
shining,
right.
staring at the
You
blank
should just
page.
put Momo number 5 because you'll get up, you'll
Never,
get pissed, and you'll turn it
never. I'll have
off.
the worst
Okay.
start to my day.
3 songs,
The
go.
MK song that we heard with
Stop the Flame,
No, the one.
24.
No, I'll pull it up. If someone has another
Okay.
answer, go ahead.
Okay,
I'll
I'll
pull them
give
up.
some more, maybe like indie-ish. Actually, no. Okay,
Top
This
3.
is so hard. Okay, I love Wildest Dreams by Majid Jordan.
Okay.
I love.
Do you know them? I feel like you'd know them. Kind of Toronto circle.
No, I would love to know them.
Ricky fired a lot of assumptions on this
I
episode.
don't know.
No, I think they're absolutely incredible. There's a song called "The Dress" by Dijon, and then there's a
By
song
Dijon?
called Dijon, not the mustard. It's an artist.
Where he's gonna go listen to all these
Yeah.
songs after this
Yeah, I guess
episode.
And
yours.
then,
Matt Jordan, I know. I like them.
There's a song called "Take Me Where Your Heart Is" by a guy named Q, and whoa,
Like
sorry.
QUE.
No, just the
Oh,
letter
just the letter
Q,
Q?
and
Dot.
just the letter
Literally
Q.
said just the letter Q.
Well, is it just a
An
letter Q, or is it
uppercase
just-
That
Q.
means just means only.
Well, it's like, you know, when people say like their name is like, what'd you say? And they're like, what'd you say?
This guy's killing me in this episode. Like you
No,
are
I'm
up
just pissing off now.
190 something episodes. This might be some of the most bizarre questions you've ever like.
Okay, so Q, those are yours.
Yeah.
George, what are yours?
Piece of Me, MK and Becky Hill.
Okay. That's good.
Okay, banger.
Okay, probably Potion, Calvin Harris. Dua
Okay,
Lipa, Young Girl.
amazing.
Because honestly, I don't think I ever
Banger.
listened to that song when it came out. But then seeing him at Ushuaia recently, like hearing that song, I was like,
Well,
what
it's still fairly new.
I'm pretty sure the next day you guys both asked me, "Did this song play last night?"
yeah. Well, no.
Now you're saying me.
Because when we heard, I remember hearing it. Otherwise, I wouldn't know what it was. Yeah, I don't remember much from that. And maybe "Don't Go Mad" by Swedish House Mafia.
Okay. that's
Ferrari
cool.
would have been booed. He listened to that way too much recently.
Are you guys into the whole Rufus to Soul
wait,
situation?
close.
Oh.
Sorry. Are you guys into the whole Rufus to Soul situation? Yeah.
Going
Just
to
ask
Red-
him what he's doing in.
We're
a
going to
couple
Red
weeks.
Rocks. Me and Danny are going to
Oh,
Red Rocks to see
wow.
them.
We're going to?
Did you see them in Toronto?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
So
I-
good.
if I go to LA, so I might go to LA for Thanksgiving, so I'll probably see them again.
Nice.
And then if if anything happens to the Dolphins, my Steelers game in Miami, like if it gets rain, I don't know. If anything happens, then I'll go see them in Miami too.
Wow.
I feel like they're that artist that this is the last time you'll be able to see them in like a smaller-ish kind of area.
For sure.
Because after this, they're in stadiums and, just touring stadiums after
Well,
this.
where did they play in Toronto? Because I was at
They
that.
did outside. So it was a 10,000 person
Yes.
venue,
So I
like
saw
a
them
random
there.
area.
Woodbine Beach.
Woodbine Beach,
Yeah,
yeah.
Woodbine.
And
And then,
it's a park.
Yeah, it's not like a real venue. I think they do what?
No.
2 shows there a year?
but it was
Two a
such a
year?
cool
They do like
festival.
electric festival or something.
And then I saw them in Vegas actually about a year ago, but it was a very different set.
But it's a DJ set.
It was a
in
DJ
Vegas, 'cause
set,
I saw them
which
in
I can
Vegas this year, too.
appreciate, but I do love their music. You know what
Where
I
do
mean?
they play? Where in Vegas do they play?
XS. They had a residency there. I don't know if it's a residency, but they played
They play
like 6 or
often
8
there.
times there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that'd be-
kind of a
that'd be
residency.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, but it is cool because they play all their songs, but only remixes to them.
Yeah.
So like, there's one I'll send you after. It's like deep.
Yeah.
Deep.
All right. Hit me.
But the main singer doesn't go. It's just the other 2 dudes.
The
Yeah.
drummer and the
And I don't even know what instruments they fucking play. Like
guitar. I don't know.
electronic instruments.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I have no idea.
keyboards and shit. So
Big Rufus.
I like Rufus. Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm definitely into Rufus the Soul. Or sorry. Sorry.
it's okay. I'm giving.
No,
I'm
what are
bad
they
at-
called? Bob Moses. Yeah, and
We
then
have the same taste in music.
Casablanca. They actually, I know those guys. They just did a song with Bob Moses called Afterglow, and I listen to it probably 10 times a day. It's so
We have the
good.
same taste in music.
So good.
Do you like Dua
Isn't
Lipa as well?
Afterglow
Of course.
Wait, who'd you ask?
Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa.
Does anyone
Kai-
not
do you
like
do
Dua
you like
Lipa?
Kygo?
Of course.
We have the same taste in music. Same taste in music as a 23-year-old
You might, as
female.
well, you might as well just name every top 40
Hey,
song.
no,
in the
but
last, like-
I have a very like broad, like I'll listen.
Do you like
literally Mumford? Oh yeah, I grew up with Mumford. Like Mumford and
I
Sons.
guess you're young.
Now, wait. Let's circle back to the question about memorable concerts. Us seeing Mumford when he ran through the crowd. Marcus Mumford.
wow.
Yeah.
We saw him in Switzerland at Zurich. There was like
That's
5,000 people.
crazy.
This festival could have held 20,000 ish,
Yeah.
and there was probably 5. We're like in front of the stage.
We'll tell the full story. Sorry to cut you off, George.
Tell the story.
Yeah. We so he was traveling the
concert
world. So
boy.
I went to go visit him.
Yeah.
That's where I'm like, hey, we've never done Switzerland. Let's go there. It's Kygo, Rufus the Soul, and Diplo, wasn't it?
Major Lazer. Yeah.
And Major Lazer.
Oh,
Okay.
lit.
So, but they played like it was a 6-day festival, Tuesday through
4.
Sunday. No, but we only went to 3 days. Wasn't it like 5
4 days.
4 days. So
one day before us.
it was one day was Major Lazer, one day was Kygo, one day was Rufus, Mumford. The first night was Mumford, actually. Sorry. So we get there. We get our Uber drops us off at the beginning of this little like, basically like forest looking trail.
Yeah.
No lights, no signs, no nothing. Our Uber drops off. This is where it is.
Have fun.
You see like the odd like 2 other people walking. So we start walking. Probably good 10-minute walk through this little not well lit trail. You get there. You don't hear music. There's no lights. There's no nothing. You're like, hey, we just got rinsed by this Uber.
You don't hear that.
You don't hear nothing. We eventually get there and it opens up and it's just like massive festival grounds. Picture like Ontario Place plus Budweiser plus the parking lots.
Wow,
like
so huge.
It's a big area and they had
Yeah.
like 3 main stages. Mumford played on the main stage and I kid you not, there was literally probably less than 5,000 people that day. And
it was
he
like it was weird because like they weren't distributed evenly. Like people were like I remember when you were facing the stage, we were on the right, and the crowd almost looked like a wedge. So like rather than everybody spread out evenly so you can get closer here, it was like piled up
Everyone
on this
on the
side.
left side, yeah.
So we
Wow.
were here and like we're watching it like big Mumford fans. And then one of the songs, Marcus Mumford comes down and starts running
with
just
the
like
mic.
through the it wasn't even the crowd. It was like an open area
Field.
right next to us.
It's like
it was-
running around the crowd, but like wild.
Wow.
yeah, she was like running ran just like behind us, kind of like saw him go through, ran through the crowd, went back on stage, and that was a cool one.
That was
That sounds
That was
wild.
crazy because like in the middle of like it
Sounds
was
very like ethereal and like in the forest. Like, it's
Anytime
crazy.
they do stuff like that, I think it's so cool. Like I remember I went to Post Malone concert before COVID. Sway Lee opened for him.
Yeah.
And he ran into the crowd, jumped over like the barricade between the floors and the actual seats at Scotiabank. He just hopped over it, ran up like 8 rows, and I'm sitting like row 8, and he's literally rapping with the mic where you are and I'm here.
Crazy.
We're just like, what the hell is happening?
It's
And you have
like
like
so-
kids
yeah.
running up beside him, like trying to get in like Snapchat, and I'm just like staring,
Aw.
like, this is crazy.
That's cool.
I guess we're kind of at that point. Yeah. What's like? What do you got going on the rest of the year? Obviously, the single's out. Are you doing
Yeah.
any tours or any live shows for it?
So I actually just had a show in Hamilton about 2 weeks ago
Okay.
at Super Call, which is really fun.
So I love how you went from Hamilton to Europe to New York.
I'm here now.
Take here now. That's
I'm
it.
here.
You're here for a little bit.
I'm here for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have a new song coming out October, is it 16th, 14th?
Okay.
In the next 2 weeks, which I'm super excited about. It's called Wonderland. Haven't announced it yet, but
Let's go. This is coming out in a week.
okay, it'll probably,
So,
I'll
yeah,
announce
so
it by
it-
then.
okay.
So yeah,
And it's called Wonderland.
Yeah, Wonderland. So I'm
Cool.
really excited about that. And actually yesterday I just wrote a Christmas song with my friend AJ, so that will be coming out as well.
Is it like original?
It's an original.
Oh, nice.
And it was really hard to not make a cheesy Christmas song because that's not my vibe, you know.
But at the
And
same time, like cheesy Christmas songs slap.
we didn't want to go full Jingle Bells, but there are some actual Jingle Bells within it. But I'm really excited to share it. It's like really pretty, kind of nice little Christmas song.
And sorry, Wonderland. What's the like kind of idea behind it?
So this is also funny. I feel like the most random stuff has been inspiring these songs. But I had watched Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory with my brother's wife, and because she had never seen it. So I went to a session 2 weeks later, and I was
I don't know
like,
what's better, that she's never seen it or that the song's inspired by it.
yeah.
Like this is crazy.
Yeah. So then we were in the session and we were writing, and I said to AJ, I'm like, I just want to write a song with a really cool, strong theme, because I'm not in a place where I'm like sad or I'm heartbroken where I can pull from my own experience. So this is a writing exercise. Like, what can I want a really strong theme, then let's dive into it. And I was like, wait, what about Wonderland? Like, that's so, whimsical and cool.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's actually kind of cool. So then that's that. It's not about Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, obviously. But it's about just being with somebody, and then like you're in Wonderland, or the feeling when you're chasing your dreams of, it's like kind of euphoric and time doesn't really exist. You're in Wonderland. So that's that. I'm really excited to release that. And then, yeah, just like tons of writing. Hopefully like tons more live shows come the new year, and more music, and yeah, just doing this little music thing.
Do you do a lot of writers camps?
I haven't done tons of camps. I've done a few of my own actually, which is really fun. But I definitely have a groove with for my own music, with AJ and I. It's really fun for him and I to just get together for like a week and just pump out 8 or 9 songs. But I definitely love co-writing, and I mean Toronto. There's so many amazing artists and writers in Toronto. It's kind of crazy.
Was it inspired by Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Oh, I think this was.
Was it the old one or the new one?
It was the new one.
Okay, with Johnny Depp.
With Johnny Depp.
Okay. I'm trying to
But-
picture, which kind of theme was a little similar, different,
And we're actually doing a music video for it, and I'm like,
Are there going to
maybe
be Oompa Loompas in it? No.
there will not be.
I can put my hair into a bob like Johnny Depp in that movie.
You guys just make a cameo in the background, like.
The thing I wanted to ask too about the Christmas song. Is it calm? What am I trying to ask here? I feel like there's not a lot of new Christmas songs that come out every year that are.
Are you making an
originals.
assumption?
I'm just saying what I feel like.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I don't notice.
No,
that
I
many.
agree, and
You know
that's
what I
why
mean?
that's why I kind of wanted to write one
Yeah.
though.
Are you saying
'cause-
originals?
Yeah, I thought about this
Yeah.
maybe a year or two ago, and I honestly remember I thought to myself, why are there not more that are newer? Like the most recent one I can think of that's popular is like Mariah Carey.
Well, Bublé does it. Bublé is pretty
Oh,
big
he did a
around
whole
Christmas.
album.
Does
Yeah.
he come with
Yeah.
new Christmas songs every year?
They're not all new, but I think his last Christmas album, he's done 2, I think. And the last one was 3 years ago or 4 years ago, and it had 10 originals.
Still
and
a
it
long
slaps.
time. Christmas happens every year.
Yeah.
We're still listening to Jingle Bells.
Yeah.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Those are old songs.
Because I think people are nostalgic though when they're listening to Christmas songs. They're listening to the same ones because they
It's
know it's that time of year.
association,
It's
right?
association. You're not listening
Yeah.
to it.
Like
you're not-
December 1st, Mariah Carey on repeat.
Yeah, but even sometimes
sure.
the earliest someone's going to listen to a Christmas song is November 1st, right after Halloween.
Yeah.
And
They
then
say
it's
it's
only
after-
going to last until Christmas.
Yeah, they say it's after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but
American
that's
Thanksgiving,
2
which is
months.
Yeah,
November 10th.
Okay.
I'm saying it depends.
But if you release a song and it catches on, I mean, you got 2 months of that will play on every station on
But
repeat.
what people are doing now too is just repurposing Jingle Bells and doing it in a
Or
different way.
they're covering
Well, yeah,
songs.
Bieber did
Yeah.
one, remember, 10 years ago. He did a
Mistletoe.
Christmas album
Snoop
just
Dogg,
remixed.
for sure.
Snoop Dogg's that came
Yeah.
out because of Pitch Perfect. That's the only reason.
How
I know
much
it.
does Mariah Carey make a year off her song? What's it called? All I Want for Christmas Is You.
It's so much money.
I think she makes
Kinda fired
7
up.
to 10 mil in 2
Probably.
months every year.
It's
from her
everywhere.
royalties.
I feel like even now I go on TikTok. It's like, oh, this Christmas countdown. It's like, all I want for Christmas.
What is Christmas your favorite? What is your favorite?
2.5 million.
Oh, that's it?
Wait,
Hey, what do you mean that's it?
Yeah,
That was also in
That's great.
2016.
2016.
So yeah.
Even if you
But in
just
royalties
inflation,
every
it's
year,
like
she
3.
makes around 600,000 to $1 million in royalties from the song.
But think that's just residual, right? That's not her putting in any effort. That's
literally
just like
living.
she just exists.
That's for the rest.
She
Even like
exists.
her, like
All you have to do is
when
breathe
she
and stay
dies. No,
alive.
even when she dies, her
estate.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah,
MJ,
that's
right?
crazy.
What was the
Favorite
question?
like holiday or like time? Yeah, holiday.
Wow, that's so hard.
Georgia,
I do
what is
like
yours,
I
too?
do like the holidays, like whether you want to call it Christmas or whatever you celebrate. And that's why too. I think this song isn't really like a Christmas song. It doesn't really say Christmas. It's just like a December song where
Okay.
you
Okay,
can
a
get
holiday song.
you
that's
can
fair.
get cozy and just listen to it.
Christmaka.
Yeah.
Be-
Wait, wait. Was that a word?
I don't
You're
know.
too young. You're too young to know. Too
Sorry,
young.
what did you say?
Chris,
I'm so
like
sorry. I feel like I just
it's Hanukkah and Christmas.
Seth Cohen
Seth
made it up
Cohen
in
from
the
the
OC.
OC. Do you know what the OC is?
I do, but I've never seen it.
Okay, so
Okay, go binge watch that
yeah,
one.
go binge watch
Okay.
it. It's not the same watching it now though. The acting's so bad.
I don't get the hype with that show.
You never watched it?
Never, ever.
Yeah, but George also doesn't watch Game of Thrones.
Never seen Game of
I
Thrones.
haven't
Never
seen
seen
Game of Thrones
Sopranos.
either.
None of
never
us
seen-
have.
Okay.
Sopranos is good.
Never seen it. Breaking Bad started it. Don't like it.
I don't like it either.
I watch The Office on repeat every day.
It takes a lot for me to really sit and watch a show. I just feel like I could be doing something more
I have no
productive.
attention. I have no. Yeah, same. Like I have no attention span. I'll like start, after a couple episodes, I'll put my laptop out, do work. I just
Oh, I love so House of Dragons right now is like the new Game of Thrones.
Okay.
It's the prequel season. And
House of
yesterday we timed it
Dragons.
perfectly that we watched last week's episode and it ended right as this week's episode was starting. Oh man, like a wonderful 2 hours of my life.
I'll have to check it out. 2 hours. See? No.
yeah, like that's to
25
me-
minutes. Let's check in. Let's check out.
But I
you
think I
prob-
watch for that long as sports. Even
Yeah.
movies now, I fall asleep halfway through them.
Really? Oh,
There
man.
has not been a movie recent that I can think of.
The Elvis movie is pretty good.
That's okay.
That's
So I
good.
heard.
Oh,
that's
what about
pretty
Top
good, yeah.
Gun? Did you do
Top Gun was so
Yeah, I was at the
good.
theaters. That was
That was
little
pretty
while ago.
incredible. It
I
was
heard
so
it's
good.
good.
I was
haven't watched
fired
that
up in that movie. I was on
Yeah.
the edge of my seat. Like, it's cheesy.
The
like,
soundtrack's also just so
it's
iconic.
very good. Very good.
Yeah.
I-
Who does
I'm-
the soundtrack? Who are the singers on it or artists?
Oh, I don't know.
What's
It's probably
the
that's like
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of you, but
Yeah.
any
what's the song?
Danger Zone?
Yeah, Danger Zone.
yeah, but that's a
That's a
the
good
classic.
song.
Yeah.
No, Top Gun was really good because they.
You know what? Wait, before you Google it, is it One Republic? Did the theme song for this Top Gun? Ryan Tedder.
That is so random.
What? One
Okay.
Republic is on the album.
Okay, I think they did one of the main songs for the thing.
Oh, cool.
Fun fact of the day.
Lady Gaga did a lot of them.
Oh, yes.
And
yeah.
Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer.
He's a.
He's an
icon.
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 Yeah, said it.
I've listened. I had a little phase like maybe a year ago when I would work. I'd put on like the Inception, like
Oh, that soundtrack is crazy.
Inception.
man, it's just like
Interstellar.
Oh, my gosh.
That's, you know what? I might have to watch
no,
that
but
again.
even Tron too, like Daft Punk and Tron.
Tron is
Yeah.
that
man,
movie,
just-
unbelievable.
Oh, one producer you would love to work with. We know
Ooh,
AJ's your
yeah.
guy.
It's Mark Ronson.
Oh yeah.
He's so cool. He just makes the coolest stuff. He works with like King Princess. He works with Miley Cyrus. What's that one song?
Wrecking Ball? No.
No. Oh my gosh. Nothing breaks
That-
like a heart.
Yeah.
Wrecking Ball's sick
I
song, by the way.
That is.
Well, yeah,
of course,
Mark
it's a great
Ronson.
song.
He was just a producer for so
Nothing
long.
breaks like a heart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but then he
yeah.
did the one with Bruno Mars,
That's what I was
the
gonna
really
say.
really big one.
He has a really like funky,
Town.
cool sound. Funky Town.
What's it called?
Up,
Uptown Funk.
you're on it today.
He
with
did
all
that,
these
but
facts.
he's also one of those guys. He's
Get
like
up
that
here.
other. He's like that other guy. He's the producer. He's got the gap in his teeth, the small gap in his teeth. Oh, I'm gonna he's a producer. He's credited. He's got like 200 credits on songs that made like Billboard Top 100. There we go.
Oh, Benny. Yeah, I mean,
He's
I would
like
love to work with
literally
Benny.
nobody really
Him
knows
and Ed
him.
Sheeran.
No, but Benny Blanco, like he's one of those guys where he's like apparently one of the most underrated people in like household names, but in the music industry, he's like a god. Nobody really knows
Well,
who
no,
he
East
is.
Side was pretty massive for him in terms of like
Yeah,
an
but he's
artist,
produced
right?
so many songs.
Oh,
that
for
people
sure.
like,
Yeah, even Ed Sheeran. He did the Ed Sheeran documentary.
But like
Benny
that's
Blanco.
like Mark Ronson. That's the guy Ryan Tedder from One Republic. He's done a whole bunch of them too. He blew up on like randomly on TikTok because people are just tagging him on all the
Yeah.
songs he's been a part of that nobody has any idea of.
Yeah, that's so wild.
Bizarre.
I think that just goes to show too. It's like you release music and art into the world, and it's like not always an immediate bite. Like it's not that immediate gratification. You
What's
know?
that that one song on TikTok that's going viral right now? The Run Boy Run song. I did a TikTok to it as well. but it's got.
Don't.
I think
Do
it's
you
got
guys
like.
do you guys
Wood kid.
TikTok?
Yeah,
Ricky does.
I do.
Go follow him.
Oh, dude, like
Plug
he's
the
reason-
plug the
he's
username.
reason- He's the
You're
reason I
probably
deleted TikTok. It's not-
George hates TikTok, but he's on like YouTube Shorts. Like
Why-
Same
I
thing.
watch,
That's
like-
funny. That's
same
funny.
shit at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
Well,
like,
yeah, but I also like I watch a lot of YouTube. I've always have. So like my algorithm from YouTube feeds into it. So most of my stuff is like
yeah, but again, within
comedians or
a week, your
boxing
YouTube,
or
your TikTok would do the same.
scary
thing,
stories, the best.
That's funny.
Yeah.
right? Okay, so rest of the year, you got the new single coming out, the Christmas song,
Yeah.
and then just working on some new music.
Working on new music, playing some shows, and just being an artist. I guess
So,
that's
love
what we're supposed to do, right?
young and having fun.
Having fun too. Yeah.
Good for you.
Love
Yeah.
for it. We appreciate you coming on with us, taking the time and chatting music.
course.
Basically, we did talk a lot of music this episode.
We were all over the place.
We
did
were,
get
but we
into-
did talk.
we
a lot.
did get
We
into
did
We
music.
talked
Ricky-
more about music in this episode than we have any other episode.
The one good assumption Ricky made on this is he said let's talk about music because he probably knew his brain wasn't going to work properly this whole episode.
Yeah, probably.
He kind of
We did talk about a lot of
shoehorned
music.
it in because he was all over.
Oh fuck.
No, it was fun. Pal.
Thanks for having me on.
No,
This is
thanks.
great.
If you made it to the end of this, we appreciate you. Give Olivia a follow. Screw George. He doesn't have social media anyways. And,
Follow me on YouTube Shorts.
share this with your friends. Subscribe and go hit up Oktoberfest already passed. Go pick up some Erdinger beers at your local LCBO and beer store. That's it.